So I remember the first time that I realized that I wanted to do a veteran hunt and actually like take the time and the effort and put together something, raise money, and actually try to take a veteran hunting. We were doing the hunts. You and I had already gone to Hungary once. Remember when we had like 13 guys? We're hunting roebucks in Hungary. Drive all the way from Germany, all the way down there, convoy down. It's a mess. But we made it happen, and that was the big like, hey, it was the whole like, can we do this? And then we went, we confirmed we could do it. And then it was like, okay, well, we did it. Why can't we take, you know, one of these injured guys that are in the WTU, the Warrior Transition Unit there with 2nd Cavalry in Rose Barracks, Vilseck, Germany, sitting around, bored, injured, nothing to do. And it wasn't that hard. A lot of people are like, how do you find vets? Where do you find your vets? The vets are there. It's not hard to find vets. It's really not. It's not hard to find vets. It might be hard to find vets that want to participate, but I just went through the post. I did a letter of proffer with the chain of command with 2nd Cavalry Regiment, asking them permission, basically volunteering a hunt, saying, hey, Wild Jaeger as a company wants to take a veteran hunting on this trip to Hungary, and this is how much the cost would be that we're trying to volunteer. And from there, they sent it down to a unit. The unit pushed it down to like whatever level, and we ended up with Joey Teresi is our first hunt on this episode 13 Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventure. Good kid, really good kid. He got messed up pretty bad. I like the part about the story where he actually meets the President of the United States, flies into the country the day that he's getting his Purple Heart, and he gets his Purple Heart from Obama. Thought that was a nice part to the story. But the whole time that we've been doing veteran hunts, I was in Germany for like 6 or 7 years, and you were doing stuff back here. I know you're taking guys pheasant hunting.
I've done vet hunts for probably, almost every hunt I go on is a vet hunt.
Exactly.
You know, whether it's pheasant hunting or duck hunting or deer hunting. You know, we have a great facility here on the base where we're at right now in Lakehurst, New Jersey. Obviously, it's very military friendly. So we've been taking vets hunting for the past 10 years. And we started doing it, sometimes, you know, when you look back, you needed something different in life. You know, when you make that transition from military to civilian, you do a big download. You know, you're like, and you didn't realize the stress or what you had in your life because it was every day, it was constant, and you know you were in it to win it. And when you retire, you almost need that again to feel whole, almost, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, you need that extra stressor in your life, and you know, so people wander, they try to fit in or what have you, and the easiest place for me myself to fit back in was with vets, getting back out and hunting and fishing, you know, and through that camaraderie and through that fellowship with each other, that's where the magic happens, you know, is being with people that have been through the same stuff, people that have even been through different stuff, you know, but they have the same mindset. They went through the same basics that everybody went through. They have, you know, the same ideas, and a lot of times they have the same morals, and to me, I mean, it helped me just as much as I think it helped other people.
If you ever get a chance to participate in any kind of outdoor activity, veteran outdoor activity, it doesn't matter whether it's a kayak trip, fishing, hunting, whatever, I'd recommend you do it because you're going to get something out of that just as much as the veteran does. Volunteering in and of itself, give and you shall receive tenfold. Volunteering is giving. You're giving of yourself, time and energy or whatever, but you're going to get something. You're going to go home a better person for going through that experience.
Absolutely. And time, I mean, time is a huge thing. I mean, if you think about it, that's the only thing you can never get back in life is time, right? And as we age and as we've, you know, dealt with friends and we've dealt with, you know, our brothers and sisters in the military, some of them have run out of time. They don't get that back, you know. And time is valuable. Time is probably the most valuable thing that we have, and we really take advantage of it by not spending the time in the right place sometimes. And you know, again, for lack of sounding selfish, but doing this and giving a ton of time to it has not only helped me, I'm sure it's helped you
Tremendously.
and it's helped countless people, that that we've had some way of touching, back and forth. And we were actually over at a buddy's house last night, and one of the big takeaways is that when you talk with people and you work with people, is to try to impress on them to pass it forward. So there's some things that we're working on right now behind the scenes, an event that we're going to talk about later, and to continue passing stuff on, and the importance of passing it forward. So
It's veterans helping veterans, and through Wild Jaeger initially, before we started the 501c3, we were just doing it basically blindly.
we were. I mean, we had no idea. We didn't know what we didn't know.
We were stumbling forward, but we were moving forward.
But we're like, hey man, people are having a great time. We're loving it. They're loving it. What do we do?
Yeah, and in the interim, we were helping people. We were because of the things that I went through as a service member, because I was a casualty assistance officer, because I was a line of duty investigator, because I was a casualty and I was assigned a casualty assistance officer, because I had a line of duty done on me, because when I retired I only received 30% disability when I should have had 100%, and I had to live for 7 to 8 years on 30% when it should have been 100. Not to mention a Vietnam vet that goes 50 years with nothing.
And there's a ton of them out there. I mean, when I talk to people about this, I talk about it like an iceberg. You can only see or touch, the top 5%, and there's so many other people and other things that are below the surface, and to try to, I guess, lower that level to see more and to pass it on, and, hopefully the little bit of good that we do, reaches people that we don't even know about.
We talk about under the surface, that large portion. They're not. A lot of these veterans can't even be seen. Some of them are living under bridges.
Absolutely,
or living
100%.
along rivers.
100%.
Still to this day, some of these veterans are locked in their houses because they're afraid of themselves, because they don't want to hurt anybody ever again. They're afraid of something they're going to say, they're going to do is going to hurt somebody. And at the same time, they're isolating themselves because they don't want to be hurt either. They were hurt. They came back. They were hurt. They have loyalty issues. They have trust issues. So they just lock themselves in their house. And those are the people we need to reach out to, especially if there's nothing right about a veteran living under a bridge. If there's a veteran living under a bridge amongst, say, 30 other homeless people, you go into a homeless camp, hey, is anybody here a veteran? If there's a veteran living in a homeless camp, there's something wrong there. There's something physically or mentally wrong there, and it needs to get some type of attention from a physician at a VA. If you don't know it, you can take any veteran, anybody that's ever served in the military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, Space Force, and you can walk them right down to any VA medical facility, walk them in with a copy of their DD-214 discharge papers, and they will see that person and ask them questions. What do you have going on, sir? And if he's living under a bridge, well, I live under a bridge. A lot of things are going to come out.
I know there's people here saying, oh, well, what are the chances of a guy, or a gal having their DD-214 on them? And it's probably slim to none. You can still walk that same person to the same VA, and as long as they know their name and they're able to give some type of, proof of who they are, they'll be able to figure out if they're a veteran, and they'll be able to help them.
Yeah, that's key.
So it's just, it's a lot of times it's an onion, and you just peel it, and you peel it, and you peel it.
But it takes energy.
Finally get to a solution.
It takes energy, and the energy that goes into that. It took 10 years of energy for us to file for our 501c3 status, stumbling our way forward. Then we actually started to understand what we were doing, gain some knowledge, and say, holy cow, we can really help people. We can help people get some type of compensation, get the medical treatment, get the psychological treatment, get some type of medical, monetary, psychological, emotional, spiritual training or fitness from something. And that's when we were like, we can't sit back and do nothing. Let's legitimize this. Let's get a name, Wild Jaeger. Well, we're Wild Jaeger. We'll make it Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures. Let's go file the paperwork.
It just fits.
And here we are.
It just fits.
And now we can legitimately take people on outdoor adventures, no matter what it is. And if you would like to donate or give some time, some energy, or some money, or if you have access to land or game or sport articles like kayaks and canoes,
anything,
water, and you want to donate that, you can go to our website, wildjaeger.com, www.wildjaeger.com. Go to the Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures page. You can scroll down, read some of the information we have in there. You can watch some of the videos of previous Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures. But you can also go all the way down to the bottom, and there's a donate button right there if you'd like to give monetarily. If you want to do something with access to land, access to game, or resources, you can go to our Contact Us page on that same website. You'll see John MacCallum's contact information, phone number, and email, and my, Ricky Mills' contact information, phone number, and email. Get a hold of us, and we'll hash it out. And we'll figure it out. We have 50 states in the United States. We're just, like you said, the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to do. There's so many veteran support organizations out there. That's the big question that I get a lot of times. There's so many veteran support organizations. Hey, Rick, you're a retired Army guy. Give me an example of one that you think's a good veteran support organization. And
Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures.
And we created one. We went out and we built our own.